And by the way, before we get into the full review of this wireless microphone set, Godox, they did send me this free of charge. I do get to keep this wireless microphone set. They did not tell me what to say. They did not pay me for this review, and they do not get to see this review video before it's released. They have no input on it at all. They sent it to me and said, hey, check it out. Tell us what you think about it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. You know, Godox has made a name for itself over the years with their studio lighting, and especially for us YouTube creators. Now they're getting into the wireless microphone scene, and this is their WMic S1 dual transmitter, single receiver, and we're going to see exactly how it sounds because everything that you're hearing right now is coming straight from this. Now, one thing I really like is the lapel itself. The lapel microphone, the capsule is very small. You know, sometimes you can get these lapel microphones that have such a large capsule on it and foam that it really is kind of distracting. Now, I will say that DD makes a really nice little lav mic, really small pencil, but let's talk about this Godox. So the unique thing about this Godox is it's got a couple cool specs here, and for the spec geeks out there now, by the way, speaking of spec geeks, Alan from SoundSpeeds, I'm going to put a link right up here to his video of a wireless microphone review that he did that was so deep dived, I have never seen anything like it. And I know that Alan, he doesn't like unboxing videos either, so I'll kind of make the unboxing of this video kind of short. But spec sheets regarding this microphone right here, it has selectable channels, 96 channels total. Group A's got 48 and Group B's got 48. Its radio frequency range is 514 megahertz to 596 megahertz. Its audio frequency range is 40 hertz to 18 kilohertz. Now, here's one thing that some people may say, I really don't like this about wireless microphones. Each transmitter and the receiver, they all take 2 AA batteries. Now, there's a lot of people who are going to say, AA batteries, I don't want to have to go through the whole hassle of a AA battery. And what about if it starts running down or I forgot to change the batteries? The nice thing about this entire setup from Godox is it has a USB Type-C. Now you may be asking yourself, well, USB Type-C, it takes external batteries. But with this USB Type-C right here, if for some reason your batteries died on you and you've got an external little power brick, you can plug it into the transmitters, you can plug it into the receiver, and actually power these units without any batteries in it, just use an external power bank, which is a nice little touch. Now, I will say that the batteries do last a long time on these. The build quality on this, and I say this is because this is the transmitter right here that I'm using with this lapel mic. The build quality is very, very nice. It fits, it's got a really good feel to it all the way around. Now, I'm not going to say that it feels like a $1,000 or $1,400 wireless microphone set, but it feels very, very substantial. It is primarily plastic. You've got a nice OLED screen, which gives you a lot of information on the screen. You've got your nice little belt clip. You've got a 1/4-20 on the back of each transmitter as well as the receiver, which is on top of my Canon M50. And speaking of the Canon M50, I had to really knock down the preamps on the Canon M50 to really get a good negative 12 dB signal. But then that's a good thing because the lower that you can knock down the internal preamp of your camera, the better the audio sounds if, and here's the caveat, if the receiver is giving you a nice clean signal. Now everything that you're hearing right now is coming straight from this wireless set from Godox going into my Canon M50. So a quick little audio test, and by the way, once you listen, you hear that? Right there is my window unit, and it is 110 degrees outside right now in Texas, and the house air conditioners are having a tough time keeping up, so I've got to have this window unit going in this room because there's only 2 small vents for the main AC, but I've got that going. But I'm going to do a quick little audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll turn off that air conditioner and turn off this computer just so you can get a good sample of what the noise floor sounds like, but I'll do that here in just a moment. But I want to talk about a lot of the pros with this system. First pro, it's got dual transmitters, which is very nice. They sync up simultaneously with the receiver, But I really like the fact, because if you're recording talent and you're recording yourself, you've got the ability to get two good clean audio sources going into the receiver, into your camera, so that you can pick up really nice clean audio. It's probably got how long would I say that cable is? Probably about 3 feet of cable, and the microphone, 3.5 TRS cable, goes in, and it also locks down. So that's really nice. You don't have to worry about accidentally pulling out, or your talent pulling out the cable out of the transmitter itself. It's got the built-in antennas on it. It even has a little audio VU meter that you can see right there. So as I'm talking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's actually letting you know that it's actually broadcasting. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to get into a deep dive of specs. For me, it's actually just usability. How does it sound? How useful is it? Its ease of use, its quality of audio. Now, they claim that this will go 100 meters. I am, with my leg right now, I'm not walking 100 meters out to do a quick audio test, but what I will do is I'll take my daughter, strap her up with one of these transmitters, and have her walk out, and we'll do a little audio test as far as range-wise with direct line of sight, and maybe have her walk around the house and see if it does break up the signal at all. But the build quality on this, fantastic. You know, the price point is not bad considering what you're getting with this. And is this a professional level? Well, you know, given the fact that Godox is a professional light company, and I know a lot of people, they talk about aperture, and there's nothing wrong with aperture. I don't have any aperture lights. I'll be frank, I can't afford them, and Aperture's never reached out to me. But Godox has been a very good company with their lights, and the quality's always been really good. And it's nice to see a light company breaking into the audio market. And it's kind of like Aperture, because Aperture, they broke into the audio market when they brought out the Deity. So like I said, we're going to do a quick little noise floor test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn off my computer, and then I'm going to turn off this window unit air conditioner so that there is absolutely no noise in this room, so we can actually find out how does it sound. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now I've got everything completely off. The computer's off, so you don't have to worry about the fans and their little whirring sound. Got the window unit off. It's just pitch quiet in here. So let's do a little self noise test of this microphone. I think it sounds pretty good. But then again, I don't know. We're going to stick it in the computer. Now I got to turn this air conditioner back on. Now, of course, now the air conditioner's back on, the computer's back on, everything's up and running again, so that I can be somewhat comfortable. Let's talk about what comes inside the box. And for Alan from Sound Speeds, I'll keep this really short. You get the box itself, you get a nice little hard shell carrying case, you get the receiver, the two transmitters, you get the cable to go from the receiver to your camera, you get two external microphones. Oh, and by the way, the cable that goes to the camera, the TRS cable that goes inside of the receiver goes in and screws into it. Nice little added touch. It's those little things that actually matter, because you think ahead. Because you don't, like I said, you don't want your talent accidentally pulling this out. Even if you're the camera operator, you don't want to accidentally fumble and touch the cable going from the receiver into the camera, and for some reason it got disconnected. We're kind of at the point now where I'm going to do a little distance test just to see distance-wise, how does this sound? Like I said, I'm going to use my daughter because, well, first off, I mean, you know, that's what you do with your kids. You make them do some work, right? Second off, I've got this bum leg right now after surgery, so I'm just going to let her do it. But let's get to the distance testing, and then we'll talk about some of the other features of this Godox wireless microphone.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah, and I'm doing this audio test for my dad. Okay, so let's get started. So what I've been doing is I play basketball, and we just finished out our season, and I am so excited that we actually got second. So we only had 5 teammates, and as you can see, that's not a lot. So we had to get into back. Because we had back people, of course. And they were better team than any. They were older than us, a lot better. So, yeah. But we didn't win. Oh well. And let's see how this audio works.
Now, another thing that I'd like to talk about regarding the Godox wireless kit is the menu system. It is pretty intuitive once you kind of get used to going through the menu system. And another nice thing is when you hit the power on-off button, just a quick little tap on the transmitter, it'll actually mute the microphone. And if you want to get into some deeper settings on the receiver, all you've got to do is hit the little 3-line, hold it down, it'll bring you into the menu system. You can change the gain on it, you can change the channel that it's on and all that. It's a pretty intuitive system. So all in all, I think it's a very nice little wireless setup from Godox. Kudo to Godox, they did a great job at developing this wireless microphone for the consumers. It is not a professional, it is more like a consumer type of wireless microphone setup, so kind of keep that in mind. But you can get some decent audio with it. I'll put product links in the description below. And by the way, if you're new here, consider subscribing if you like this type of content. And if you got anything out of this video that you thought was enjoyable at all, definitely give it a thumbs up, because a thumbs up does help the algorithm with YouTube and this channel, and I definitely would appreciate it. I hope you guys have yourself a great day, and remember, as always, I'll catch you in the next review.